Hello, and we're back. All right. I think I'm back. Let me know if I'm back. I had to do some stuff while we were away, while I was waiting for the computer to do its thing. Y'all let me know out there if I'm coming through and if you can hear me and see me and all that good stuff. Um, it looks like I am, but I need to turn on that because that's my green screen. So let's see here and go. You're seeing the overhead. And there we go. All right. I think we're back. Y'all let me know if I'm back to you out there. If there's anybody here. I see four. Somebody shout at me that we're back and working, and you can see me and all that good stuff. The resin hasn't set up yet. Everything looks good from this end now. Okay, I am back. Maria says I'm back. So, note to self and anybody else who wants to live stream using a Windows-based platform, turn off automatic updates. So when I first turned on the laptops this morning, the one that's running what you see said it had an update to do, and did I want it to do it now? And I said no, schedule it for a later time out of use. Well, apparently it decided to do that update in the middle of the stream. And all the settings went out the window and all that good stuff. So I had to do a few things while you were gone, or I was gone. I did have to start to pour the resin, and I had to mix the resin because it's hot now. It is cooking. There we go. So I started to pour because I don't have a choice. The resin is probably, it was up to 105 plus. It's up to 120 now. Now, at least it's still fluid at 120. See, this is why I can get away with a little extra time with this slow cure resin. All right. So I also added some iridescent glitter, which is very similar to the iridescent film that we have. And then I added some more color, some more pigments to the resins. The first batch is a little bit lighter down in there. All right. And I'll give you another side shot too. You can see what we got going on there. All right. This is going to be pretty interesting, at least I think. So I'm going to continue to pour. Now, one thing that I want to show you, and I do so much apologize for Windows doing what it did. This lid goes on this container, and I have drilled a hole to be able to pour the last of the resin, assuming I made enough. This is a 1 liter container, which is 33 ounces, and I made 32 ounces of resin, so theoretically I should have enough, theoretically. So as I get close to being full, I'm going to snap the lid on here, and then I will pour the rest of the resin in through the hole to fill up as much as I can. And if I run short, I'll go throw a little bit more in to mix it up. So that's all good. Let me make sure that my scroller is working over here. Yeah, everything looks good. There we go. Good deal. All right, so we are in that. Let's go back to the, I think I'll show you the side view, and I'm going to pour more of the white in, and this is starting to really get thick. So you're seeing it from the side, and I'm going to come along, and I'm just random. Come back with some of the turquoise. Move this white out of the way. Give it another stir. It should look all right to you there. Yeah, you can see it going in. All right, so I'm real close to my lid where my lid needs to snap on. So this is where the kind of part of the test comes in. And I'm going to go to the overhead here. And I'm going to snap my lid on. All right. Now, knowing if you don't know me yet, you will soon. I always want to try things without knowing for sure if they're going to work. I do not know if this lid is watertight or not. But one security caution or thing that I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and put some tape around to at least hold it down on here. If I can get this loose. Now, if I was using a fast setting resin like say Alumilite, I would already have to have this in the pot, but I know that I've got time for my bubbles. It's not going to set up so fast, even though it's hot. It's not going to set up so fast that I can't, when we're done here, I can't take it next door and put it in the pressure pot. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of bandage this guy down real good on both ends. And I still have my hole right here in the center. I'm trying to figure out which camera I'm looking at. So I'll spin this around. First time I've used this particular mold. One of the things, I'm always looking for free molds. I used to get one at Baskin Robbins ice cream, Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins. When we do the woodworking show in Secaucus, New Jersey, right across from the hotel, was the Baskin Robbins. And when we got our ice cream at the end of the night after the show, and then after going out to dinner, we'd go for dessert at Baskin Robbins there. The sundae dish was a kind of like a two-part snap-together twist and lock domed dish. And it was awesome because I drill a hole in the top, and it was fluid tight. Okay. So, for what I'm going to do now is pour the rest of this in through the hole in the top. Now, I do have a funnel here, but I'm not sure if I'm going to worry with that or not, because I'm pretty sure that I can do this. And the best way would be to from the side. I think you can see if I pour from the left-hand side. And let's see how steady my hand is today. And this stuff's starting to get pretty thick. So we're going to let that flow out. And I'm just going to, I don't know if I can talk and hold my hand steady or not. Now I'm hoping this color choice being turquoise and white, and with the iridescent, because the burls I know are really dark, so I was looking for a fairly high contrast in colors for the castings. And the way I've got this laid out, this thing's about 2 inches deep, and like I said, I want to make hand sanitizer keyring blanks out of this, and they can be really small. They don't have to be very big. They can literally be about half the size of a pen blank. So I can take this over to the saw and I can get a lot of blanks out of this. So tomorrow I'll pop this out of the mold and we'll see what it is. And then I'll start cutting it up at some point. I'll probably let it sit for a few days before I cut it. Or not. If I'm really excited, I might just go ahead and cut it open. Why do I get these on my news feeds? I do not care to receive them. I'm sure he is good, but it's an invasion of my privacy. Well, then just turn it off if you don't want to see it. I don't know why it's on your news feed. You check Facebook. You can find out. We don't have any control as to where Facebook puts things. They do whatever they want there, Chuck. Sorry if you don't want to see it. Just click it off. Nobody's actually making you watch it, you know. We try to please the folks that are interested, and some folks, you know, aren't interested, and if Facebook puts it in front of you, I'll apologize, but it's not, we didn't put it there. We're not trying to invade your privacy. So anyway, when this sets up tomorrow, I'll be able to cut a whole lot of blanks out of this. And I gave a couple away last week, and that's what these are that's gonna come out of this casting. Oh, and there's a chunk. And this is starting to get pretty thick, so I'm taking my time. But I want it all to go in there, and it is slowly going out to the edges. As it gets thicker and thicker, it's moving slower and slower. And it looks like I will have some of the burls sticking out the top, but the 90%, 95% of the burls are going to be submerged. So I think that's going to work out just fine. I don't, knock on wood, I don't see any resin running out anywhere on the sides inside, or on the container. So we're getting close. It's a good thing I have a steady hand. Getting closer and closer. I'm just going to stay with this as long as my hand holds up, my arm holds up, staying steady. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate your support. World's a funny place, isn't it? You know, you do what you can do. I'm not going to go too far out on that. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you're here. We should all be happy. Life's too short to be all uptight. Now you can also, I don't know if you can see, because I can't turn and as I'll spill this, there's a couple of different shades of the pigment of the turquoise. I'll be able to see this in the replay, but I can't see it right now. So it'll be interesting to see how this all flows out. And it does look like I'm coming up the sides and I'm not leaking. Again, I don't want to stop pouring this last little bit out, because I want to get as much of this used as I possibly can. I'm going to stop right there because my hand's starting to shake. I don't want a big giant mess. So I'm going to look at the, hey, Bitdefender's kicking up on this one. Let's see what that replay looked like. Okay, you can see that pretty well going in there. So I'm going to take a scraper and scrape these down and get out just the last. No, that one's too far gone. And I'm going to give up on that one as well. So back to the main screen here. We've got her in the container. Nothing is flowing out of the sides. All right. Just for fun, I'm gonna take the temperature of the side of the container. I'll do it from back here first. So the outside of this container, let me get a good shot here, is 112. On the side, 120, no, 116. It's all over the place. Let's see what we get on that side, wherever I'm shooting at. All right. So the top is up about there. That's pretty good. Now this does need to go into the pressure pot fairly soon. I hate to run away. I'm gonna put a coat of colorant on this other piece, and then I'm going to run it over there. Okay, so back to our original mission, or our other mission. That was our original mission, and we'll see how that comes out. The second thing we want to do is go ahead and get a coat of the Rustina on here, and I'm going to start with the copper and give it a good shake. This was going to be just a quick little morning, and I've ended up being out here till, what time is it? 11:10. And I thought I would get some other work done before I came out here, but it never seems to work out that way, and that's okay. I like being here. I'm happy to share. That's what it's about. I got a bunch of stuff to ship out today. I finally got the rest of my shipping supplies in, so I'm good there. All right. So I don't have a lot of copper, so I'm going to use it a little bit sparingly. And let's go to the overhead for you. Go to number 3. And I'm just going to paint this around. I'll cover everything. Now what will happen, here's how this works, is the first we let this dry, and then we come back and add the aging agent. It's a spritz. So tomorrow, I could do it right away, but I like to wait a day. I feel like I have more control. I get to keep this in the camera. You come back with the aging, the actual patina agent, which is a liquid in a spritz bottle. And I'm looking to see if I see one around. I don't even have it here. I might have one in the drawer. And that's when the real magic starts. So what I've done here is I've done the copper. Now you notice I left that center section undone, even though there's a little bit of overlap. I'm going to hit that with the bronze. And I'll brush this around as it flows out. Okay. Same thing here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go to the front camera for this because it's so big. And I'll just kind of lean it up like so. And I'll come right around the top. Now once, and if you see brush marks in it, you know, I will spread it around some, but those brush marks, once you put the aging, patina agent on there, those brush marks will just start to disappear because it does actually kind of bubble up and stuff like that. Now I'm going to go straight up and down this way with this. You don't have to be real super particular. It's pretty easy to put on. And even on this, after I get this on, I'm going to put a little bit of the bronze, just like I am on the cap. I'm going to put some right over top of this copper. Keep spinning that around for you. And I should have put my gloves on, but time is such that I can wash my hands, you know. It's really a fun way to do stuff, and you can do all kinds. You can do concrete, you can do metal. If you prime it, you're good to go. We're going to do a big, it's a big wall medallion that Bridget has. It's like the sun with a bunch of rays and things like that. It's about 3 or 4 feet, and she wants to do things to it. We're going to throw in some iridescent paints as well. So you can see this is really easy to cover. Now I'm not going to do the very bottom. I'll do that later. Again, that's the bottom. Not going to worry about it. And this is, you know, it's a process that takes several days. Like I said, you can do it all at once. If you can watch one of Nick Agar's videos, and if you go on the Spydercraft site, the website, the shop, there's a link to the Chromacraft video with Nick using the product, showing how the product can be used. And he does show doing it all in one shot in wet, and I have done it that way as well, and it does work. Today I felt like a little more control. All right, so that was my copper. Now I'm going to take my bronze and give it a shake. And we'll get the bronze on here. We'll wrap this up pretty quick because I do need to get that resin here before too terrible long over into the pressure pot. All right. Now the bronze needs a little stirring. And again, I've had this one for a while. So we'll see what shape it's in. Yeah, it's all good. I don't need much of it. We'll give it a little stirring up here. And then we'll get some, definitely we'll get an interesting effect with this. So I'll go back to the overhead for the lid. And I'm going to reach down in here and just load this brush up. And come in with the bronze right in here. If they blend over a little bit, that's all good. It's not a problem. We want to have multi-facets. And another thing that's important to keep in mind is when you add the aging product, if you will, the more or less or how heavy you put somewhere, that controls what it looks like as well. So there's, the multiple stages have multiple effects to the work. Okay? And you can let them blend over top of each other. And I'm not worried about that down under there. And I think just for yucks, I'm going to take a paper towel here, take a little bit of the extra copper off the very top, and I'm going to put bronze right on the very top too. I got a little bit of extra right in there. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and dollop the bronze to this center section right here, like so. All right. Just kind of building up some different profiles, if you will, or patterns and all that good stuff. Now over here, I'm going to take the bronze, and I did that top edge there. So I'm thinking out loud. Where I'm at, I'm on 3. Let me go to 1 here. If I do this band here with the bronze, it would be a match or a mate to that. So that could be good or bad. So let's take the chance and go around and put some bronze on here. Now it won't be as thick because this copper is still pretty wet up in here. And I think I'll put it down at the very bottom. And then when we do the color, the spritz, well, we'll see just kind of what effect we got that came out of it. So right down here at the very, very base, so we have another kind of band of that color. It's so fun because you just experiment and have fun and play away. And then I say once you start putting the actual patina aging mist on it or spray, well, that's when it really starts to come to life. Okay, a little bit more around there. Oop, got up on the top of that. Well, I won't worry about it. You can always come back and add some more over the top. Okay, got a big glob right there. Good deal. I'm happy. I'm happy. I fixed the computer, so I'm sorry about that going down for 15-20 minutes. We learned our lesson there. We have our jar now in its second stage of coming to life, which is pretty cool. We've got our resin and our pecan root burls that are going into the pressure pot. So it's all good. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I think I'm good to go. Those of you who are here, I appreciate you coming in. If you can, you'll see this later on. I'll leave this, and this will stay up on Facebook and YouTube and all that, and you can rewatch it. Recommend it to your friends if they want to see this. Again, it's a quick, short one. It's in 2 pieces. Maybe I'll download it and try and combine it into one. Take that middle section out, make one out of it in my spare time. But again, I appreciate everybody coming on out on this Friday before lunch. I hope you have a good, safe weekend. I will see you back here on Monday for Monday Methods. The next Saturday special is not this week, but the following week. Don't know what product we're bringing up for the Saturday special then, but we'll let you know. Again, I appreciate everybody that popped in and joined me here at spur of the moment. I just decided to do this last night. So y'all have a good weekend, and I'm going to change cameras and say good day, and I'll see you on Monday.